What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ. How do you play through a video game series that's new to you? So, I should probably clarify, because I'm sure the title is probably super confusing, because I keep trying to figure out how to word it in my head, and it won't probably happen until I actually edit and post the video. But basically, I have mentioned a few times here, and a couple on some of the podcasts I've been on stuff, that I like to approach series like a Dragon Quest series or the Tales series or something like that. I typically try to approach that a new series that I haven't played any of the games before and start from the beginning and work my way towards the end as far as release goes. So, I mean, nowadays you have like games that come out where you'll have, you know, the first, second, third games come out, and then all of a sudden they'll do a prequel to all three of those, and then they'll do another one that takes place back here, and then they'll do another one that's in between, and whatnot. I tend to go by release date of how I want to play, and the reason I do that is because I like to see that progression as far as development, gameplay, comparisons, and like how they grew from the beginning to where they currently are, or their latest iteration, I should say. And that's what I'm doing, like I said, Dragon Quest series, Tales series. I said that, but I'm not doing it with that because I started with Tales of Symphonia, and that was not the first game in the series. And I'm kind of all over the place with that one. But like, if I can, and I you know, and I am conscious of it. Same thing with Persona. I didn't do that. I started with 5, and then I went to 3. Next one I'll be playing is 4. Also heard 1 and 2 are rough, so I don't know if I'll get to those anytime soon. We'll see. But typically, if I can, I like to start from the beginning. Like I said, Dragon Quest. I have been working my way through that. I just recently finished Dragon Quest 7, so I've done 1 through 7 now. And I've played a little bit of 8. That was the first one, and I got through it, and I think that was kind of when I realized, like, you know what, I kind of want to start from the beginning. I know they're not all connected or anything like that, but I do kind of want to see where this came from, because I find this gameplay style interesting, and I like to see its roots and that kind of stuff. So I'm going back, and I have been playing that from the beginning, which, you know, it sucks in a way too, because I really want to play 11, and I have not, you know, I'm not even close to it right now. 8 will be the next one that I do, and that'll be next year, sometime in 2021. And God, 7 took so long. It was like, I think it took me 85 hours, and that was the 3DS version, which I've heard they streamlined and made a lot like shorter. So I can't even imagine how long. Anyways, tangent. But I tend to notice that and look at the progression, because I like to compare like all the way through the Dragon Quest series. And I just keep mentioning that because it's the one that's freshest in my mind. But I really, really enjoyed playing the first one, going to the second one, and being like, oh wow, they really stepped it up with this. Okay, and then going to the third one, like, okay, wow. Each iteration I've liked better than the previous one, which was kind of cool as well. Other than 6. I liked 5 better than 4, 3, 2, 1. But then 6 came out, and I would probably place it between like 3 and 4. It was good, it just wasn't as good as the others. 7 had really good gameplay though. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm not going to rank them right now, but I did enjoy the game. And I find that fascinating, being able to see where these games came from and where they're going. And like, if I ever get into the Yakuza series, I know that, like, 0 came out obviously before some of the other ones, but I think I still would want to play it in release order, just because I like to see that development. Which, I guess that's probably a good example of why I might not. I'm all over the place with this, and I realize that, but this is what it's like inside my head all the time when I think about this stuff. remakes, when they come out with remakes, like, I have heard people say, like, you should probably play the Yakuza series in order of number now. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I honestly don't know, because I know next to nothing about the series other than everybody who played it that I know loved it. But they say to play like 0 first, then 1, 2, and so on, rather than starting from the beginning and going in release order. So I don't know. And same with Resident Evil. I would like to play those beginning to end when I eventually get to those as well. Just because I again, want to see that progression. It also depends on, with remakes and stuff, how rough it's going to be to get through. Resident Evil is one I'm going to have to think about for sure, because I am a little sketchy on tank controls, even though I have heard that is a major part of it, and like people like tout that as being like a feature rather than something to kind of like get used to and like be like, oh god, this is awful, I hope they fix this in, you know, a future iteration or something like that. I've heard people say like, oh, I wish they still had the tank controls. So I honestly don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that and probably talk to a few more people as far as which version I should play. I've heard the remakes are good on that, so I may just go that route, but we'll see. Either way, I'll still play it from, you know, the beginning, whichever games were released first. I prefer to do that. So I'm curious, does anybody else do that, or is this just kind of like, hey, I feel like playing that game, so I'm gonna go play it? And obviously, like, if it's not a full series of games, and it really doesn't matter. If it's just like a one-off or even 2 or something like that, it's not necessarily going to matter that much. But like, you know, in a series like Yakuza or Dragon Quest, there's so many in the series that it's like, I feel like bouncing around from one to the other, you're going to get a lot more of, oh man, I really wish they would have had this from that one. Oh god, this was so much better in this game. And you risk, you know, going there's a greater chance that you're going to go to something worse. Because obviously it could still happen. They could still, you know, a sequel could come out and it could be worse than the predecessor. But for the most part, yeah, you want to, I prefer to play it like that. So, yeah, just let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I'm curious to hear what you have to say. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, keep on gaming.